The United Nations estimates that global food prices have risen around 30% in the past year. UN Secretary-General Antonio Guterres says the conflict in Ukraine will have lasting implications around the world.
I discussed this deeply troubling situation with the leaders of Senegal, Niger and Nigeria during my last visit. They confirmed we are on the brink of a perfect storm that threatens to devastate people and economies.
Ukraine and Russia account for roughly 30% of the world's wheat supply. Addressing the UN Security Council, US Secretary of State Antony Blinken accused Moscow of weaponizing food and blocking Kyiv's ability to export. He says 20 million tons of grain are sitting in Ukrainian silos.
Sanctions aren't blocking Black Sea ports, trapping ships filled with food, and destroying Ukrainian roads and railways. Russia is. Sanctions are not emptying Ukrainian grain silos and stealing Ukrainian farm equipment. Russia is.
A point strongly rejected by Russia at the UN meeting.
But if you don't want to remove your sanctions of choice, then why are you accusing us of causing this food crisis? Why is it that as a result of your irresponsible geopolitical games, the poorest countries and regions should suffer? In these conditions, attempts to lay the accusations at our door aren't just absurd, but they're blasphemous.
China's representative at the UN said global cooperation is needed to address food insecurity.
We need to strengthen coordination in order to stabilize the global food market. The current food crisis is caused by reduced supply, disruption in logistics, and in particular, rising prices.
Humanitarian organisations say Ukraine has gone from a global breadbasket to breadlines. The World Food Programme estimates a third of Ukrainians are facing some degree of food insecurity. Aid agencies fear hunger is a growing concern for populations across a number of regions around the world. The UN warns that 49 million people across 43 nations are facing emergency levels of hunger. Secretary-General Guterres has pledged a further $30 million to address food insecurity in Niger, Mali, Chad and Burkina Faso. But he says this is a drop in the ocean and urges for the guns to be silenced in Ukraine and around the world. William Denselow, CGTN, New York.